and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali, a spiritual consultant and a real estate businessman. Remember, for those of you that are having spiritual problems, you need counseling, feel free to contact me. Those of you who have properties to sell or looking for a property to buy, you can also contact me, 339-1670, or you can call my office at 237-3135 from 10 to 5. I want to say a special good night to you viewers of Real Talk of the Caribbean around the globe. Those of you on Facebook, Real Talk with Saieed Ali, like and share our page and let your friends and family know Real Talk is live. Those of you on YouTube, TT Real Talk, subscribe, hit the bell, and you will know when we go live. Now viewers, I do apologize for not being here last week, Monday to Friday, live from 7 to 8 on Synergy TV. I had a lot of work. I had a backlog of work to complete, and I do apologize for not being here. I had to take the time out from doing something I love, that is coming live on Synergy TV from 7 to 8 with Real Talk with Saieed Ali to give you the facts and the information of current affairs that is taking place in Trinidad and Tobago on a daily basis. I do apologize for not being here, but nevertheless, God gave me the health and the strength to make myself available to you, the viewers. So you can tell your friends, call your family, send them a little WhatsApp message, shoot a little phone call, tell them Real Talk is back on the air and we are going live tonight. Now remember viewers, this platform was created for you, the viewers of Trinidad and Tobago, by extension the Caribbean islands. Our phone lines are 237-3135. Call us from 7 to 8 p.m. as we are live on air. Drop in your comments, your complaint, whatever it is that is going on in your area. This is the program where you can highlight your matter. As we start tonight, viewers, Prime Minister Dr. Saieed Ali is urging citizens not to take bribes, to vote, and not to engage in any criminal activities. This is coming from our Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. He also stated that the People's National Movement, that is the PNM, plans to attack corruption and will not allow thieves and corrupt persons to run Trinidad and Tobago. The Prime Minister said that there are people in this country who have no problem being on bail and going before the courts and pretending that they are ethnically and deciding what goes on in this country. He's hitting hammer on nail heads. Wow. He said the corrupt must not run this country and the thieves must not run Trinidad and Tobago. This is the country we live in, and this is coming from our Prime Minister. He also called on the young generation not to accept that kind of leadership. Dr. Ali was speaking at the PNM Annual Sport and Family Day at La Hoqueta Recreation Ground yesterday.
Anybody walking through this community offering you money to not vote, offering you money to not participate, offering you money to organize in criminal activity, then you should know that your future does not lie with that. The corrupt must not run this country. The thieves must not run this country. Whether they're in the police service, the customs, or wherever they are, we are going to change this country. We are building a new society. And that new society has to ensure that when you see a public officer in an office, you must be able to be confident that that officer is acting in the highest standard of principle.
Prime Minister Dr. Saieed Ali defended his decision to launch a commission of inquiry into $500 million TT spent on land acquisition for the Point 14 Highway project.
That there was a basis to inquire into public expenditure with respect to a multi-billion-dollar project, and to determine who did what, where, when, and how. And the government is facing all kinds of hundreds of millions of dollars in claims because certain individuals may not have conducted themselves properly. So we ask for a commission of inquiry, and that is so offending so many people.
Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley said that he is refusing to accept what exists now. We are refusing to accept that persons could come into office, use their office, enrich themselves, commit to your community, take that money that they thief, link up with the criminal elements, and determine that is how the election will go. Caller, good night.
Hi, good night, Ms. Ali.
Go right ahead, my friend.
I'd like to ask a question. Well, a general question to the public, right? How is it right a man was suspended for 5 years, came back to work and was promoted to ASP on the other station? He didn't work for 5 years.
Thank you, my friend.
Promoted to ASP.
I am definitely sure that Trinidad and Tobago knows who you are talking about. Our Prime Minister is saying we are not going to stand by and allow thieves to run Trinidad and Tobago. And he is also asking the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago not to take bribes. Not to take bribes and to vote for a government that will ensure criminal elements, bribe takers, fraudsters will not run Trinidad and Tobago. That is what our Prime Minister is saying to us. Caller, good night. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Ali.
Good night to you, and go right ahead. You're live on
Good
Real Talk.
night, Mr. Ali. The man is correct. The Prime Minister is correct. People coming in government and enriching themselves and leaving. Now, I don't mind his attorney general coming and rent out all them big buildings and enrich himself and coming out of power. I doesn't mind that, you know. But what about the poor people back pay? What about the poor people hospital facilities? The country don't have no money, but you could pay rent for all them buildings, big money rent, and raise your pension very high, and people cannot get jobs. You cannot get medicine. You cannot get your back pay. You can't get your razor pay. No negotiation. How that could happen? Let me be fair now. So what he's saying is correct. So he and his organization come in there. You see all them people in red over there? He get job for all of them. He feeding all of them. What about the rest of the population? What about the rest of the population? He feeding all of them. That's why they're coming out there. So what about the rest of the population? And the health center closing because they have no doctor on the evening. This department short staff, that department short staff, and nobody working. Tell me what it is going. Everything he talking about is about himself. Every single thing this man talking is about himself. You understand? I'm waiting for my back pay, and I want my back pay, and me I'm making he is sending me home. I sending he home. You understand? And people calling in your program, and they expect you to say abracadabra foo-foo and fix their business for them. You and Kia, Jadina, you understand? But they will not come out on the road and stand up for their own rights. You understand? All them fellas in red over there, they're belly full, they get a job, and he put them in place, and they had a work. So the rest of the country must starve.
Thank you, my friend. Before I go to the finance minister, you all heard that the Prime Minister is given a tax break of almost $513 million to the petroleum company in Trinidad and Tobago. What do you all think about that? And the reason why he's given the petroleum company this break is that so they could get, or they could acquire 20 million US every month to purchase gas. So what about the poor businessman who cannot get a 10,000 US or a 2,000 US to pay for goods to fund their business? We don't have no money in Trinidad, but you giving this petroleum company a tax break of between $513 to $518 million. Caller, good night.
Hi, good night.
Go right ahead, my dear.
Good night, sir. I would like to, I'm calling about my grandmom.
Okay.
All right? We're from San Fernando. I just want to show the country, right, what they did to my grandmom. What they did, they took away her food card, right, and told her that because she's 75 and she has a son, he's 55, he's disabled, they told her that the pension that she's getting is enough, more than enough to take care of them. She have grandchildren that she help out at home, and children too, more children, and I find that is unfair. So after paying tax and doing all of this for the country, you know, how they would take away her food card like that, and she's suffering, you know. It's very
sad.
hurtful.
It is sad. Thank you, my dear. Finance Minister Colin Imbert has criticized financial gurus who claim that Standard & Poor's latest economic outlook for Trinidad and Tobago was bad news. The New York-based international credit rating agency Standard & Poor's is concerned about TT's ability to balance the 2020 budget, citing lower than expected energy production and economic growth that will weaken the government revenue base. Finance Minister Colin Imbert took to Twitter to criticize financial gurus, saying a person in the ICU has to stabilize first before he can recover. The same applies to our economy. After the collapse of oil price in 2014, we have to walk before we can run. Our financial gurus who do well to remember that and also admit that T&T is still investment grade. Caller, good night.
And a very, very good evening to Mr. Saieed.
Same to you, my friend.
I sort of agree with the PM that, you know, everything has to be above board, everything has to be transparent.
Yes.
We can't have crooks and hoodlums running the country.
True, true.
I keep on saying, you know, you have to clean out the police service, custom immigration, regiment, coast guard, prison. Right? But however, while all is nice, and I appreciate what he said, but however, he must remember the old saying, clean up your house before you tell me mine dirty. All the best.
Thank you, my friend. Oh, viewers, you know up to now, police have not yet submitted the files of A&V drillings of the fake oil scandal to the DPP as yet. Now, let's feel a joke. A serious thing I'm telling all you. Up to now, let me tell you, up to this present second that are on TV, officers have not yet submitted the files of A&V drilling fake oil scandal to the DPP as yet. Up to now that I am talking to you. Caller, good night.
Good night, Saeed. How are you going on?
I am okay. Go right ahead.
Saeed, Rowley could come and talk whatever he wants to talk on a public platform, because he know, no matter what they say, there's nothing in our constitution to convict any politician for thieving money.
True.
So while he talking that and talking who being enriched through the public purse, he ain't saying that he lied to the country and tell them that how we seen growth and economic prosperity, and then Standard and Poor's come on the other side now and downgrade the country. He tell me that in the last year before he leave government, he increase and make sure that how they have a pension that will be in the millions of dollars until the dead. He ain't tell me that. He ain't tell me how much of his minister's wife have big contract in HTC and have building rent out and have all the enrichment that the public is paying for. He ain't saying that. And the sickening thing about this man and his government is that there are a set of people that will clap and cheer him on, knowing that the man lying up through his teeth to the population, and people would still believe and vote for this person. This man has proven to be the worst prime minister this country have ever seen. Not because he ain't doing anything right, it's because he coming and lying directly to the population. And then when everything is revealed that he is telling the untruth, he have no regard to say, well, he made a mistake or what the figures that he gave was wrong or anything like that. So now we are hearing him but coming and chastising Standard and Poor's. When it was in them favor, they would use Standard and Poor's and all the survey that is done, they use it to their benefit. Now they come in and it's against them, they're saying a certain nonsense. Have a good afternoon and enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you, my friend. Viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but stay locked on. This is Saieed, and this is Real Talk.
Get your ad on the show that matters. Real Talk with Saieed Ali. It's engaging, entertaining, and straight to the point. Real Talk brings the issues of the day to the people. It's Real Talk with Saieed Ali. It's local, regional, and international. It's Real Talk with Saieed Ali. Get your ad now. Call 1-868-237-3135 or 1-868-339-1670.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali. Consultant and real estate businessman.
Can't watch Real Talk on TV? Have no fear. You can also watch Real Talk on the go live on YouTube and Facebook at Real Talk with Saieed Ali on YouTube.com and TT Real Talk on Facebook.com. Don't forget to like us and share us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the notification bell.
Welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. Councillor for Reform Manahambri, Chris Hussain, is pleading with the Ministry of Works and Transport to conduct repairs to the Naparima Mayaro Road in Palmaria. Mr. Hussain said that he is extremely fearful for the lives of citizens and the motoring public at large that make use of the major carriageway on a daily basis. Viewers, on the line is the Councillor for Reform Manahambri, Mr. Chris Hussain. Mr. Chris, good afternoon, sir.
Good evening to you and good evening to your viewers. I'm very happy to join you live on the telephone this evening.
Thank you for taking time out to join with us. I understand that you are at a UNC reform meeting presently.
Yes. This evening we have our UNC Monday Night Forum in the constituency of Chaguanas East. So I'm here, but I decided, of course, I needed to take the time out to speak about the issues within my electoral district as well.
Thank you for taking the time out just to answer our calls. My question is to you. What are the current conditions of the roads in the Naparima Mayaro area?
Well, I mean, for anybody who uses that main road, it's a major carriageway. You can see it is in a completely deplorable condition. I don't think there is a particular point in that road that is without a pothole, that is without a depression of some sort. But the issue this evening, and the one that you were referring to, in the article in the Newsday today, is the landslip in Palmyra.
Yes.
Now, before I came into the council, this landslip was much smaller. And it's actually one of the first things that I sought to tackle. Early in 2017, I had a site visit in the area with representatives from the Ministry of Works, and they came, I went with them, we saw the issue, and they gave the assurance, they said, look, we don't have the funds to fix it at this point in time, but when the funds is available, we will do it under a landslip remediation program. 2017 has passed, 2018 has passed, we are now in 2019, and the situation continues to deteriorate. The condition of that roadway continues to deteriorate. Last year, a vehicle veered off course and it fell and it slipped inside the landslip. Last weekend, a similar incident occurred. Thankfully, on both occasions, there were no fatalities, but I am wondering now if that is what it would take for the minister to take some action and have this landslip repaired. Because, I mean, I am very fearful for the lives of the motoring public and my purchasers. I take a great interest in their lives. And if something was to happen to them, I don't know what would be the position or how the minister himself would feel, how he would be able to sleep at night. Because since 2017 to present, he has not responded to any correspondence. He has not responded to any of the calls of mine, of the MP, and of course of the public, because this is a major carriageway that has been completely neglected by the minister.
Okay. Did you inform the corporation about this issue?
Yes, I have. At the regional corporation, we have once a month a meeting. It's called the Regional Coordinating Committee, and we have representatives from all state agencies. Of course, the Nabrima Mayor Road is a major roadway that falls under the purview of the Ministry of Works. So it is the responsibility lies with them. I have raised this issue in the council at the Regional Coordinating Committee a number of times, and it's the same response you get, that they don't have the funds to address the situation. Okay. So, I mean, I begin to wonder myself, where does the allocation every year from the budget to the ministry go?
Yes.
Because I can certainly tell you it is not to be seen in my electoral district of Reform and Hambury.
Now, I just want to switch a little bit.
Sure.
What about the Reform Hindu School? Has any work been done on that school as yet?
Absolutely no work has been done on the Reform Hindu School. You would recall a short while ago, the parents, the PTA, they had a little protest of some sort at the site of the new school. I heard about it. I went to see what was happening, and of course we discovered that marijuana was being grown on the compound and so on. We informed the police. They came as soon as they responded very quickly, and they came up to the plants and so on. But a mere few feet away from the Reform Shiva Mandir, where the Reform Hindu School is now squatting, is a brand new school that has been 95% completed in 2015 by the partnership government. And I would chalk it up to political spite and malice that school has not been completed, so that the students of the Reform Hindu School can have access to a new school, to a new facility where they can learn in comfort. Where they are currently cramped on the temple grounds, it is not an environment that is conducive to learning. But the schools still, they still do well. They still do very well in the academics and, of course, co-curricular, the biocast and so on. But, I mean, absolutely nothing has been done on the school, notwithstanding numerous calls to the minister, to the ministry, to all the different stakeholders involved. Nothing has been done.
Mr. Chris, I want to thank you for taking the time out from your Monday night forum just to chat with us on Real Talk, to give the viewers an insight of what is taking place in your area. My best regards to you, my friend.
Thank you very much for having me. Good night.
Good night to you. CEO of Trinidad Hotels, Restaurant and Tourism Association, Brian Fontaine, calls on the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago to focus on tourism sector in Trinidad and Tobago. He said via a phone call interview on other media's outlet that it is time to consider another model that is directly under the leadership of the office of the Prime Minister until they can understand how to run the tourism sector in Trinidad and Tobago. Now viewers, tourism in Trinidad and in Tobago, it pulls in revenue. And if our tourism is down, if we do not have no growth, if we do not have no display, no advertisement of tourism sector in Trinidad, it will go down. According to recent data released by the Caribbean Tourism Organization, Trinidad and Tobago tourism sector has declined by 2.2%. Brian Fountain stated that the structure cannot continue in the same shape and form.
Perhaps it's time to consider another model that is directly under the leadership of the Office of the Prime Minister until we can understand and mature in how we're going to run this sector. There is no evidence to suggest that a ministry, a state enterprise, and management within that tourist board have worked for the interests of the sector successfully in the last 10 to 12 years. There's no evidence to suggest that. We have not focused on this sector outside of lip service. Maybe we need to relook. Instead of copycatting what the other regional countries have done, perhaps we need to focus this conversation, bring it in the incubator of the Office of the Prime Minister. And I'm sorry that it sounds like passing work that way, but the structure as it obtains has not led to the accountability, to the expansion, and to the stability of the sector. It cannot continue in the same shape and form. The structure will again disappoint us. It's just going to be another count to that long list of persons who have been in and out of this public sector arena.
Now, viewers, in any country, if you do not promote tourism in a country, the outsiders of that country or surrounding would not know of the best sightseeing and the best hotels are there. So you can come spend a weekend. You can come spend 2 weeks, a week with your family. If you do not advertise and you do not promote, how do you expect to grow? How do you expect? Now, take into consideration, when a farmer goes to market with his produce, he will shout. He will make his voice known in the market to the customers that he have 3 pounds of bygone for $5. He is promoting his bygone. How he is doing that? He is shouting. He is advertising. He is yelling to the public, bygone 3 pounds for $5. And individuals from a distance would hear, wait boy, wait. Here have $1 pound for bygone, but I hear in bygone up the road, 3 pounds for $5. So they will hearken unto his voice and they would come. Caller, good night.
Yes. Hello, good night.
Go right ahead, sir.
The Prime Minister and the Minister of National Security, together with the Commissioner of Police, is promoting the polygraph testing for all officers.
Yes.
But it should make the whole circle for all politicians as well, dealing in public work, and be fair across the board and have the right people in the right place. If you're really serious about saying that you don't want corrupt people running the country,
True.
that is the best platform to shoot from.
Yes, I agree with you.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, my friend. I agree with you. You know, talking about the polygraph testing, you know, presently there are officers who are kicking against it still. They are kicking against it still. Up to today, officers are kicking against that. Viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but stay locked on. This is Real Talk.
Get your ad on the show that matters. Real Talk with Saieed Ali. It's engaging, entertaining, and straight to the point. Real Talk brings the issues of the day to the people. It's Real Talk with Saieed Ali. It's local, regional, and international. It's Real Talk with Saieed Ali. Get your ad now. Call 1-868-237-3135 or 1-868-339-1670.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali. Consultant and investor businessman.
Can't watch Real Talk on TV? Have no fear. You can also watch Real Talk on the go live on YouTube and Facebook at Real Talk with Saieed Ali on YouTube.com and TT Real Talk on Facebook.com. Don't forget to like us and share us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the notification bell.
Welcome back, viewers. For the first time in Trinidad and Tobago history, police officers that have fallen in the line of duty would be honored. And that is a very good thing. The Commissioner of Police, Gary Griffith, made this announcement during an emotional speech at the Police Administration Building on Saturday.
In the continued campaign of I Support Our Service, ISOS, today, for the first time in the history of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, we are establishing a monument to honor our fallen comrades, specifically those who died in the line of duty dating back to 1962. We honor the men and women who have died while protecting and serving the citizens of our country. They deserve more honor than we currently give. Their story, their memory, it brings clarity to the term to protect and serve. The daily sacrifice made by the men and women of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service is a noble call to duty. This is why, as Commissioner, I will continue to do all within my power to transform the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, as these fallen officers represent pride, nobility, and dignity in the jobs that they held. This memorial plaque, which will be unveiled today, meets international standards in acknowledging those who died in service of country. This plaque is representative of history created through the years of dedication to duty by the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a monument that showcases our admiration and respect for our fellow officers, our understanding of the grief and pain suffered by the respective families that lived through the loss of a beloved family member. The sacrifice, like the names of those etched here, should never be forgotten. This monument stands as a beacon of bravery, courage, and patriotism for all who pass by, and a reminder to young and old that these officers served and served nobly.
Now, viewers, it is a very, very good thing that the Commissioner have done to recognize not only the police department, but for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago to recognize these fallen soldiers. Some may die in accident, some may die in the hail of gunfire, but nevertheless, they dedicated their life to protecting the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Now, what I want to ask, recently, our ministers have said that officers who have been killed in the line of duty would receive a substantial amount. This is Mashup Monday now. How many officers have received that $1 million package that was presented by those ministers? How many of them? You think about it. I understand the sentimental value of what the commissioner did. I understand that he wants to honor these men and them. I understand that fully well. But my thing is, after they die and go, after the funeral pass, and after the mourning finish, the wife have to continue living. The son of the officers have to continue living. The daughter of the officer have to continue living. And they have expense. Because daddy and honey are no longer there. You might have loan to pay. You might have schooling to pay for. And you will have monthly bills. So, what did they put in place now for these fallen soldiers' family to receive? That is up to you, the viewers of Real Talk, to understand what is taking place. Caller, good night.
Good night, sir. Good night again. You know, the police service, they had a prime minister that care and love the people and put things in place for the police that who was in line of duty to collect $1 million. And put things in place so when the police and them fall and they retire, at least they can get something to go for. This prime minister who stand up for 2015 and say that he will protect the country and he will continue the mantle of goods and services to the people then. So he become a stranger to the truth. I don't want to use the word lie now, but a stranger for the truth.
I understand.
Today, the same prime minister and his followers, and members of parliament and followers, they are the same people that become cold and don't care about the people in this country. And the same prime minister that stand up before 2015 and say the petrol chain going to be saved, the oil industry going to be saved, nothing going to happen. And the same prime minister putting people into the streets to beg, to line up for gas a matter of time from now. And the same prime minister that stand up and promise the people them better service than Kamla Prasad Bisesta. And today he went and do the opposite side. Today he went and he had a family day. You understand? And promising people and lying to the people them and they finally believe it. But I want to ask you something. The highway when Kamla Prasad Bisesta was extending the highway from Park to Point 14, when they get into office and they stop the highway, and they was investigating certain things. Right. Now, and OAS, where Kamla Prasad Bisesta do it, and he sign the contract, in case of any fall, anything, OAS has to pay back some of the money.
Yes.
Right. And now listen again, the idea about it. Now, the same Prime Minister allocate money in the budget twice for that same highway. And today, because they cannot complete the highway, they cannot show the population nothing, what they do, they shut it down and suffering people and have an inquiry again. And then the same Prime Minister say Kamla Prasad Bisesta full somebody lawyers in them pocket and become millionaire. Now we full a lorry in them pocket and the lawyers in them pocket and become millionaire. You see, I told you before, a nice holiday, my brother. Go to sleep.
True.
Go to sleep with that man. It's a matter of time for that same man.
Thank you, my friend. You know, remember when I think his Colin Imbert stood up and said they have recovered X amount of dollars from contractors from the same highway project. This is just a refreshing of your mind. Now they want to launch an investigation into $500 million. So what the caller just said, I just add to it so you would understand. He stood. We have recovered X amount of dollars from contractors concerning the highway. What happened today? You want to launch another investigation now into $500 million. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Saeed.
Go right ahead, sir. Hello?
Yeah, calling from Mura. Hello?
I can't hear you clearly, caller. Maybe you could hang up and try back again. I do apologize for that. Moving on, viewers. Central Division police officers have held 39 Venezuelan and a Jamaican in an anti-crime exercise in Sugarwaners overnight into this morning. During an exercise which was coordinated by Senior Superintendent Samuel Sipasad, including officers of the Criminal Investigation Department, Central Division Task Force, the Special Operation Unit, and other branches of officers proceeded to a bar and guest house located along Railway Road, where they discovered the foreign nationals who were believed to be in this country illegally. All 40 immigrants were held and Immigration Division was contacted and is currently investigating the matter. So kudos to these officers and to the Immigration Department that are carrying out their raids in cleaning up Trinidad and Tobago from illegal immigrants. I have not yet seen mass deportation of illegal immigrants in Trinidad and Tobago. I, together with the public, knows that there are hundreds and thousands of illegal immigrants in Trinidad and Tobago, but somehow, and I will stress on that again, but somehow, the ministers don't know where they are. No mass deportation. Why? What is keeping back the mass deportation in Trinidad and Tobago? What is keeping back that from happening? Can somebody tell me? Can somebody call in 237-3135 and tell me what is keeping back the mass deportation of illegal immigrants in Trinidad and Tobago? Because I'll tell you something. In the United States, they carry out mass deportation. I am not asking, I am telling you. You all know I just bring raw facts to you. You all know that. Switching gears a bit. Famous local actor, award-winning producer, and director Raymond Chukong, was stabbed to death earlier today at his home at Green Street in Arima. He is one of 7 people murdered in the past 24 hours. Raymond Chukong has been changing the landscape of Trinidad theater in comedy for the past 40 years and accomplished this through Raymond Chukong production, where he was the founder. Arima MP and Minister of Education Anthony Garcia has extended condolences to the family of Raymond Chukong. He says, as a contributing member to the Arima community, the actor and his family have been known to many through their works in aiding to build and shape Arima. Caller, good night.
Hello, good night, Mr. Saeed.
Go right ahead, you're live on Real Talk.
Yeah, I just wanted to highlight something with the pharmacies and thing at the hospital and the clinic.
Okay, go right ahead.
Because I just be so nearly all trying to look for my medicines. But what I found out is that the medication, the good one, the doctors and the nurses get the good medicine to take home to their people. And I would like the Minister of Health to look into it.
Okay.
Because the patients get nothing. Okay?
Thank you so much for calling in, my dear. And we will do our best to keep an update on that for you. A 16-year-old civil student was one of 2 persons that was killed during a drive-by shooting on Saturday night. Shortly after 11 p.m. at Springside Avenue, Eastern Quarry, Laventille, a black Nissan Tiida pulled up at the occupants of the vehicle, began shooting, killing 2 persons and leaving one 40-year-old man wounded. The mother of the 16-year-old, Salim Peters, said that she does not know. Boy. The mother of the child is saying that she doesn't know what to say anymore. She noted that it is innocent people.
I don't even know what to say no more. I don't know what to say no more. I don't know what to say no more. You understand? Because everybody know what's going on in Trinidad. Everybody know what's going on in Trinidad. But it's innocent people. Innocent ones. See, we nothing, innocent ones. You know?
That was the mother of Salim Peters. Caller, good night.
Good night, sir.
Go right ahead, you're live on Real Talk.
Yes, sir. I want to know if Trinidad is a real place. Just imagine, they gone down this man who is a stalwart in the business, making people laugh, cry, whatever the case might be, right? A man by the name of AV, he get off a charge just on the news today of assault. I want to know what is going on in this country. And then the people going and in these PNM, what you call it, and them is the people who entrusted to see about the national security of this country. It only going down, right? And they're going and they're jumping up, rave. They tell them, your head big, they go say, yeah, what's going on in this place? This is a mad place. How Saudi Arabia and these places do all this kind of crime? Tell me, explain it. And them love this government and this thing. No. We have to get a change.
Thank you, my friend. You see, in Saudi and in Dubai, you can't do this kind of thing, you know. You can't do these kinds of things. Now, because of the fact that I do speak Arabic as a second language, I am in connection with sheikhs and maulanas and scholars from Dubai and Arabia because of the fact that I can speak in Arabic. And across there, different. It's different. The laws across there, they are governed differently. You can't play your teeth in across there. They will chop it out. You see, I will tell you something. What we need in Trinidad, we need stiffer penalties. That is what we need. Hopefully tomorrow, I will be collecting my certificate of incorporation for Real Talk Security Limited. And very soon, someday this week, I will be writing the Minister of National Security and the Commissioner of Police for security officers that are employed with Real Talk Security Limited to do civilians' arrests. You see, I am an intelligent individual. What I did is that I pushed for my bills. I pushed for my bills. I want to say a special good night to Fighting Steve and his family. I will not allow individuals with dirty foots to walk over my mind. Now listen this. If someone with a dirty foot walk into my mind and I decided to clean up my mind, I will get rid of that foot. So to my good friend Fighting Steve, good night to you and your family. You see, viewers, in Trinidad, we need stiffer penalties. Judges need to understand. Magistrates need to understand. Lawyers need to understand that crime could knock on your door at any point in time. At any point in time. And to police officers who are kicking against doing the polygraphic tests and something wrong. Something wrong. But that is for Gary and his team to deal with. What I can say, me being an individual that is doing spiritual work, my intelligent officers, together with my security officers, they are not individuals that you will give them a 10,000 and they will shut your eye, you know. You can't give them a 5,000 and they will turn their head, you know. Because me, running my security company and being the head of an intelligent unit in Trinidad and Tobago, believe me, just how you turn your head remaining right there. I am giving back to society by creating an intelligent unit and a security company to work alongside TTPS to clean up Trinidad. And I know the public of Trinidad and Tobago trust me. The Attorney General trusts me. Stuart Young trusts me. The Commissioner of Police trusts me. You know why? Because the 5 and 6 legislation that I have asked for And Stuart Young, together with the Attorney General, brought it forward and are passing it. And because they understand what Saieed is about. Saieed is about getting rid of criminals. Saieed is about getting rid of elements that are causing a problem to society. So not only my children, but your children and grandchildren and great-great-grandchildren can walk the streets with a nice big gold chain and their fancy cars. Hola, good night.
Good night, Mr. Saieed.
Go right ahead, my dear.
Rowley say he have one thief running the country. But Rowley should look inside his bosom and see which party have all the thief and them line up.
Thank you, my dear.
Okay, sir.
You see, the government have to do their thing. TTPS have to do their thing. And Real Talk have to do their thing. But I could tell you something. You see, I push for the gun bill. When I tell you, I'm coming at you. Believe me, it ain't no bail you now. Believe what I'm telling you. Because I push for legislation that would secure citizens of Trinidad. I push for bills that would secure citizens of Trinidad. What other talk show host or what other show in Trinidad and Tobago get things like this passed? Viewers, we are almost out of time for tonight, but a rerun of this program is at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Tell your friends, tell your family. Real Talk with Saieed Ali is back on Synergy Network. Let me tell you something. A man asked me, he said, Saieed, when you push for all these bills and you decide to come out and you decide to work with TTPS and the army and thing, you ain't afraid somebody come after you? I was like, what? Come after who? And I reminded him, November last year, they tried to kidnap my son. 3 blind, police shoot 1. I ain't afraid to say it again, and I ain't afraid to do it again. Viewers, we're out of time for tonight, but be safe. Tell your friends and your family. Real Talk is back on the Synergy Network, and we are up, we are running. See you tomorrow at 7 p.m.